Okay, so a year ago now, I did a video on resetting AirPods, and it certainly helped a lot of people. But some people are still saying that theirs aren't working. And so what I did was I went through every single comment that I'd had because people had been leaving comments on extra tips on how to do it. So let's go through all the things that you can try. So the main tip revolved around making sure that the contact points were clean. If they're not clean, they're not making a contact with the inside well in here. There's some contacts in here, and the way you clean that is just with a dry cotton wool bud. Should be enough to get rid of any small bits of debris that might have gone in there, and do that to both ports and also both ends. If that doesn't work, the next tip I would say is to try and use some isopropyl alcohol, which is like head cleaning fluid, electrical fluid. It evaporates really quickly, so it's really good to use. So pop a little bit on your stick and then swizzle it around, let it dry. It takes very, very short time to dry, and then you should be up and running. The other tip, wrong one. The other tip would be to make sure that your lightning port is all right. Now, if you use a little wooden toothpick for this, you can, and obviously be very careful because there's a terminal in here. You want to be very gentle, but if there's any fluff or any debris in there, that could stop the lightning port from charging. Obviously, if it's not charging, once your AirPods go flat, they're not going to get anything going again. So now that's like it. I can plug it in, it's nice and clear, and then you can give that a full charge and then go from there. So the tips that I'd had, the extra tips that I'd had, that I keep referring people to, but I realised that in the comment section, they were getting a bit deep in the comment section and weren't that easy to find. I had pinned this one because I thought this was probably the best tip of all. So Syntax had said, push both AirPods down into the case. So when you're doing the reset, so basically reset is to press this back button and hold for 15 seconds. Press and hold down on the two AirPods just to make sure they're making a better connection. And that could be enough to revive your AirPods. You need two AirPods. If you've only got one, you're going to need to possibly borrow one from a friend. I haven't tried this, but I'm assuming that if you borrowed one from a friend, you could reset your own AirPods with theirs, then you give theirs back. They can then reset theirs as a pair, and you'd at least have one AirPod you can use in the meantime. And you can buy a single AirPod from the Apple Store, or maybe you can get one on eBay or something like that. So that could get you up and running. So the next tip I had was, now I'm not as sure about this, but it's had 8 luck, so it's obviously worked for other people, is to repeatedly press that button on the back. So they said press the rear button 12 to 13 times and miraculously worked. Now whether they're meaning they keep pressing it or press and holding, it didn't work, press and holding, and just keep trying. Use that with that other tip of pushing down on these AirPods to make a better connection, and I think that's going to make quite a big difference because you're adding a variability to it. So if you push a little bit harder, push a little bit softer, just see what's making the contact, because once they're paired, they probably will still charge fine. It's just that initial pairing that people are struggling with. The other tip I had was, and it's also had several likes on it, to make sure that it's fully charged. So leave it on charge for a good long time before you pair it, and then once you've done that, open the case and press and hold that button in the normal way. So if I press and hold it now, you'll see what happens to mine. This will show you all the lights and what's supposed to happen. So when it goes amber, you will see that they are reset and they're not paired with anything. So it's about 15 seconds. And it's coming up, there you go. So that's amber now. You will see on my iPad it will change because it will recognise that it's not connected. So if I close that up, if I open it now, it recognises it as a new set of AirPods. So I just tap connect and that should pair. Fingers crossed. There you go. So hopefully that helps. I think the pushing down is the big tip, but also that port, and certainly the cleaning out has made a big difference to a lot of people. That has definitely worked for loads of people, and that is one of the things that's going to sort out your AirPods. If that doesn't work and all of that fails, you're really going to have to visit an Apple Store or a Pair Centre, really, because I don't really have any other tips. I've looked through online. I can't find any other good tips for it. So I hope this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.